I'm Sirena Ross, and the story that I'd like to tell you is called The Chosen Son. Cody raised his arms in a wide V. He tensed his muscles and said, "Hail as I am, come forth, O Ancient One, work my will." He could feel the electricity in the air. He could feel his power growing. He knew soon he would bring forth the demon. Then he heard another voice. "Cody! Cody! You were supposed to do the dishes. Did you forget? Cody, are you in there?" His mother kept calling and the spell was broken. An egg fart poof came from the center of the floor, and the air went cold and damp. No electricity. Cody quickly, with his foot, erased all the containment rings that he'd drawn. The first ring was red, and that was to draw the demon in. The black ring was to contain the power, and the third ring, the white one, that said Cody Wayne Donner 7 times in clear block letters, and that would bind the demon to him. His first order: kill my parents. His mother was now pounding on the door of the shack. Made the walls shake. Cody could barely contain his rage. He drew in a deep breath, tried to let the fire go out of his face. No one could enrage him like his mother, except for maybe his sister Jen. Even seeing her smug face made him want to hurl. Cody hated his father, too. His father was the Marin County Kool-Aid Pickle King. And even though his parents had the house, the business, the cars, the money, they made him pay rent to live in a converted gardening shack. But it was them that would pay. His mother cracked open the door. "Ooh, it smells in here. Is that artwork on the floor? Are you an artist now? I need you to go to the store and pick some things up. Oh, your sister Jen is coming. I want to make a nice meal for her. You ate the last of the bologna. We need more." Cody took a deep breath. Jen the CPA, Jen with the BMW, Mommy's darling, Daddy's pride and joy. When he had the power, Jen would have to do the dishes. He would never touch soapy water again. His mother cracked the door open and stuck her head in. Her woolly cap of freshly permed white hair and a new polyester print dress told him that she was ready for a special occasion. "Your daddy has been working all day so hard on something new for his snack on a stick line. Jen is coming and the house has to look nice for her. You need to go to the store. You've got to go now. She's going to be here soon. I want everything to be just right." His mother prattled on, even as Cody got into the car and backed out the driveway. His mother was a world-class prattler. She was the kind of person that made telemarketers weep in frustration. There'd be no sale, but there would be a 20-minute discourse on her colonoscopy. At the Big J Mart, Cody took out his list. Summon demon, kill parents. To that he added bologna, cheese, noodles, paper towels, toilet paper. When he got back, they made him set the table. Cody imagined himself with the power of his father ordering Jen to set the table. She would fear for her life and put down the silverware, one piece at a time with trembling hands. As they said grace, Cody said under his breath, "As I am, give you the power to rule." Amen. After the first course, Cody's father stood up. "I have an announcement to make. I have perfected it. Fried frosting on a stick. They all applauded except for Cody. He wasn't going to join in this love fest for his father's latest creation. His father went out the sliding glass door to the big metal Quonset hut that served as his workshop. He came back with 4 sticks covered in steaming dough blobs. He handed them out. Despite his resentment, Cody had to admit butterscotch fried frosting was fantastic.
"Oh, Daddy, you are a magician,"
Mother enthused. Jenny gave 2 thumbs up. Soon they would know who the magician was, Cody thought. Well, what'd you think of it, Cody? Cody looked up. All right, I guess. Managed with an indifferent shrug. His father shook his head. Boy, the way you ate that, wolfed it right down, I would say you thought it was more than just all right. Sure do wish you would take more of an interest in the business than just eating. Cody fixed his father with a hateful stare. When I inherit the business, it will make millions. His father snorted. This confused Cody because normally those kind of grandiose statements caused his father to launch into a long lecture about Cody's sense of entitlement and the power of hard work. But his father just stood there, let out a sigh. You know, you're not my chosen son. You're my only son. Can't say you're good for nothing. And at that, his father threw down the napkin and went out the sliding glass door again, leaving the 3 family members to indulge in an awkward silence. It was Jen that broke the silence.
"Tears for Landry is playing at the cinema.
If we go now, we could catch it." Mother clapped her hands in joy and ran off to go get her purse. Then Jen turned to Cody.
"I know you don't like a chick flick, but you're welcome to tag along if you like."
Then she smiled her fake smile. Cody shoved his chair back and walked out, not even answering his sister. He went straight to his shack, waited until the BMW had pulled away, and began washing the floor. He dried it, and then he started again. He put down a red circle, began the black circle when he heard a pounding at the door. Oh, damn it! He threw down his chalk so hard it broke into 2 pieces. Then he yanked open the door. What? It was his father. Son, you should always finish what you start. I don't know how many times I have told you that. Cody once again looked his father right in the eye and said, when I have the business and the power, things will be done my way. What's your way? His father said. Got any demons to do it for you? Oh, maybe they can rip your lazy ass away from the computer. Cody dropped his jaw. He was so upset. What was his father saying? He stumbled out of the shack door, took a couple of steps towards the workshop, and saw someone that waved at him. Someone that looked just like him. Well, except for the putrefying flesh marring his complexion and the squirming ball of maggots that substituted for eyeballs. Looked just like Cody. Even wore his jeans and t-shirt. Cody was speechless. His father said, well, there he is, as he am. Yeah, you erased the containment ring, so he just came right into the backyard. Gave me quite a start when I saw him. Had to use something called influence to communicate with me. Cody tried to talk. He tried to move. He tried to raise his hands. He couldn't do anything. He just stood there, rooted to the spot. As he is a mess, but you know what? He knows his way around a deep fryer. It's him that told me about the pinch of powdered egg white I needed to add to the frosting, just to keep the firm texture, but still, recognizable as frosting, and it still melts in your mouth. He knows his stuff. He really does. He has good plans. Wants to take the snack chain national. He knows about ingredients that are going to keep people lined up for days. As I beseech thee, Cody managed in a weak voice. His father put a hand on his shoulder. Beseech my ass. It's about sacrifice, son. That's what business is about. That's what success is about. About sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want? Sometimes you just gotta cut your losses in an investment for a greater gain. You understand. Well, eventually you'll understand. Azim's gonna be like the son I never had. He needs a sacrifice, though. Needs a sacrifice. That's how he becomes embodied. Cody couldn't breathe. He tried, but all he could get was a thin, ragged line of air into his lungs. The demon moved closer. He took Cody's arm. His father took his other arm, and they walked him into the workshop. Cody could see little lights dancing in front of his eyes, and as they entered the workshop with its vats of boiling oil and ovens, it got worse. The air was so thick. Blackness started to close in as Cody's father put on heat-resistant, elbow-length gloves. "Help me," Cody managed, and Azim smiled at him. And when Azim smiled, to Cody's amazement, the demon was beautiful. Despite his defects, he was perfect. Cody thought he would do anything for the demon. To be near him, to be his friend. Cody loved the demon Azim and would willingly be his servant. Azim touched a finger, a wide, plump finger, just like Cody's, to Cody's throat, and it opened, and Cody was able to breathe again. He took in several lungfuls of precious air and smiled at the demon. Cody never saw his father come from behind and grab Cody's hair and his neck to plunge his head into a boiling fryer full of oil. Well, that's the end, at least for Cody. As for the Donner family, they changed their name to Monsanto, went a completely different direction, and are doing very well now. My name is Sirena Ross, and you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. I'll be having podcasts and YouTube stories up. You can find me on WordPress, where you can get a glimpse of my apocalyptic poetry and other odds and ends I like to put up there. I'm all about entertainment. And my name is Sirena. That's Siren with an I. Well, thanks for listening. I really enjoyed it. You have very sweet dreams.